Lately, there has been a lot of discussion about mental health and well being of the young ones, especially after Sushant Singh's suicide. It was extremely sad. The entire nation is waking up to it. However, I am not a mental health professional. It would be unwise of me to comment on anything of that sort. But we do deal with students and multiple parents. I wish to tell and talk about what is it that you do as a parent when your child fails. Please remember, I'm not talking about failure in terms of board exams or high stakes failure. I'm talking about the small little things in which your child attempts something and does not get through. Whether it is an academic test, an Olympiad that he appeared for, or a sports competition, or whatever it is. When that child fails, not to move to the next level, but fails to meet your expectation, what is it that you as a parent experience? Because what you feel is what you pass on to the child. I have come across usually 3 to 4 types of reactions that parents have. One of them being the angry and the annoyed parent. Are you the parent who gets angry and worked up every time your child fails to meet your expectation? Why? Is it because of some unmet expectations of yours, some failure you have faced in the past that makes you angry? Is it because you believe that there was a grand scheme to take your child down and the child couldn't make it through? Is it because you believe that there was foul play, that there were external factors which kept your child down? Are you angry with the wider world that your child could not make it through? What is it that makes you angry? Examine that, and that will lead you to find out the reaction that you come across, and you will probably pass it on to the child. Remember, as the angry parent, you are passing on the message to the child that failure is unacceptable, that there has to be somebody who is responsible for it other than you, that you cannot take charge of your life and strive to do better, but you are better off finding a scapegoat, you are better off finding external factors which led you to this failure, and that it is better to react and be angry about it rather than work on it. So, are you the angry and the annoyed parent when your child faces failure? Another type that we've come across is the depressed and the dejected parent. Are you the one who feels immensely depressed every time your child does not do well? Do you get dejected, and do you go back into your own past and say that, yeah, this happened to me too? Do you give up food and humor and you go into mourning and you do not wish to talk to anybody? Do you become the one who does not want to talk about your feelings because you don't want to disturb others? If this is your reaction and if this is how you behave and deal with the child's failure, then you are passing on the message that failure is something that has to be dealt with all by himself or herself. That the only way to come out of failure is to stay there in mourning. When the child sees you behaving like this, the child feels that he or she has let you down. And with that feeling, the child starts not sharing anything with you. Over a period of time, they grow such huge walls across their feelings. Your voice, your love, or your feelings do not penetrate there. The child is all alone, surrounded by the walls that he has created just by seeing you depressed and lonely. One more type we come across is the careless and the not bothered parent. Are you the one who usually does not know when was your child's competition or test or the big milestones in his or her life? Are you the one who really does not care about what he did or what she did not do? Because you have too many things on your plate? Because you have parties to attend, because you have financial balance sheets to look into, because you have guests to look after? Are the other things taking up so much of your time that you do not have the time to look after your child's significant matters? Now, remember, every once in a while, all of us will forget something about our children, and that's just okay. But if it is your consistent behavior to not pay attention to what is important in your child's life, then you are passing on the message that the child is insignificant, that what happens to the child's life is really not your concern. Now, with this behavior, what the child imbibes is that he or she does not matter to you. Don't be surprised if the child grows up not to tell you anything, because all his childhood he or she has just heard that it's okay, जो हुआ वो, आगे बढ़ो, चलेगा. whatever. If you have not paid an attentive ear, do not expect an attentive ear. And then once in a while we come across the calm and the composed parent. Are you the rare parent who can see your child fail and still not get extremely disturbed, angry, or bothered with it? Are you the one who can stand at bay, who can give support without feeling drowned in it? Are you the one who can help her without being judgmental and without patronizing? Can you actively listen to the child's feelings and help her nudge through those things? Can you then ask her how to deal with frustration and help her come out of it? Can you tell her inspiring stories of how failure is not an option, of how failure is the step to success? Can you be the rock solid support to your child and tell her that it's okay if you fail today, there will always be tomorrow, that there is nothing that is permanent, and that irrespective of what he or she may be feeling, you will always be there, and that your love is not dependent on a mark sheet or a trophy. Can you tell the child that the world is not always fair, that expecting 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 in real world circumstances may not be a good idea always, but that as an individual you always have a choice to come out stronger and to learn out of it, that success is paved through series of failures. If you are that parent, then a heartfelt pranam from my end. Parents like you are rare, and you should be the one talking about how children deal with failure. So this is me, Master Nee, signing off on this and talking about the various kinds of parents that we come across. I'm sure there are people who are a combination of these multiple ideas. However, remember that as parent, our job is to always be by the child's side, not to leave him or her alone, but not to be drowned in it. It is the child's life, and he or she will have to learn to deal with failures. If we try to shield them, we are doing them a disservice. So, I wish to hear from you, the parent, about how do you deal with failures or shortcomings of your child, and what do you as a parent feel. Please don't forget to share your views with me and to subscribe to Musings of a Master Nee on YouTube and Instagram. Thank you so much.